Hello and welcome to Race 2 of the OOR Sprint Series. Today we're at Ricard. But just before we get into that, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this, and follow me over on Twitter to stay up to date with all my latest projects, whether that be YouTube or some of my design projects I keep running in the background. Also just want to thank BigSmelly, a fellow ACC content creator over on Twitch, for helping me with the setup. Thanks mate, the car was insane. Moving off to qualifying now, which was the highlight of my day and in fact the highlight of my week while practicing for Paul Ricard. I was able to put in my first ever 155 at this track, a 155 mid at that. My fastest ever time here, my all-time best, was a 156 and it was a high 156. And usually in the races I run a 159 to a 2-minute lap here. My times had improved by over 2 seconds on average everywhere, so a huge improvement for myself and being able to trust the car a lot, which was pretty good. I was feeling a little bit more confident than I thought I would initially. For this race anyway, I've never had a good race here, and this race was no exception, but we'll get to that a little bit later. As you can see there from the quali highlights wrapping up in the background, the lap was far from perfect. In fact, I think it was one of the messiest laps I put in for the day, but somehow it was a fair bit quicker. I was very happy with it. And again, I was nervous about the race start, as I've encountered a few race ending events around turn 7 and 8 here prior. So I knew those things were going to happen and I had that in the back of my mind, and I was as prepared as I would have ever have been. Going into the start here, you see I was very cautious throughout the first few corners, and it did pay off, there's no doubt about it. But we had some server lag, or I know I had for sure. I had some issues with the lights going out at a strange time. Everyone actually had already started going by the time I saw the lights, and I think the BMW in front of me had the same issue. As you can see, he also had a bad start. I had slightly better. I brake early to avoid any sort of collision when the GTR on my right goes really wide, and soon we're actually 4 wide heading into turn 2. I braked to get out of there as the BMW and GTR paid no attention to me, narrowly avoiding what could have been a horrible incident. But I was okay with it, you know, it's all lap 1, it's going to be chaotic. So we were just getting back into it when an NSX here attempts to get out of the way, and I avoid him with millimeters to spare after the Porsche actually collided, causing this chain reaction. And it was right after that the safety car was called. And there was a lot going on there, so let's take another look at that. You can see with the start, head off, I get that slightly better start than BMW ahead of me, in the number 44 actually there. And before turn 1, we already have the Bentley and the GTR running wide, so that's crazy. We head up to turn 2 when we have 2 simultaneous incidents ahead, which seem to be unrelated, with 2 separate Porsches as well, and one of them actually going well off track. And the pack settles for only a moment when the Porsche spins out ahead. We then have an Audi and an NSX collide. I then miss that NSX just. Keeping our eye on the NSX now, just for some interesting bits here. Just after the safety car is called, he narrowly misses the Audi, and then as he rejoins, he collides with another car there. I'm not sure who that is. Lap 1 for you. A few laps later, safety car ends and we're back on. And the infamous NSX makes a return with what is a superb overtake. I was not once able to dive into a corner like that. He really had great pace all day. So good on him, that was really good. But going up the straight to turn 7, he does lose some of my respect for this specific race in any case. I'm aware there's a bit of a hold up for a few cars, so this may have upset him. I may have done something bad prior to that. I'm 100% unaware of anything that could have happened, but you never know. But I still don't think it calls for some somewhat dirty driving. Attempting to break the toe here, he dives off left, goes right, and then goes back left again. Please let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section regarding this incident. Was this dirty driving? Is this uncalled for? Obviously you don't have all the replay, but just in the small moment here, what was your opinion? Nevertheless, I do catch up around turn 7, and I'm getting ready to put the pressure back on when this happens. Yep, that's right, one huge crash. I noticed the car was rolling back and he would need to apply the brakes and stop, so the inside was the logical way, and I want to take another look at this here from the AMG's perspective. He makes the dive here and he's in way too fast. I think he did realize that. You'll see he has some heavy understeer here. And he comes in, he collides with the Porsche, and according to the regulations, you're supposed to smash the brake pedal as soon as you're like out of control, according to OOR regulations. So obviously there's some time that you need to react, but he doesn't do that at all, and he decides to drive straight into my lane, and that is my race done. Over in seconds. I'm pretty sure had he just stayed there, I would have been around him pretty easily. I've had a few looks at the replays. I'm pretty sure I would have made that around safely. I have a few more replays of the incident here. Sadly, due to his risky move, several cars actually went off and obtained heavy damage, as you can see in the background there. I spent several minutes straight after in the pit lane for repairs, and spent almost the entire race being a back marker. Nevertheless, I was 2 laps down from Lynn, who caused the incident there, in 32nd for the finishing position, while I finished in 33rd. Overall 6 laps down from leader, so there was no way I was going to get out of 33rd unless Lynn actually put out of the race completely, which he didn't do. So finishing position and incidents aside, I had a great week. There's no hard feelings, and that's all done and dusted now. We move on to Zolder. And my decision making is definitely improving. I will work on my pace as always, but pace is nothing without great decision making and awareness, so that's my focus at the moment. I look forward to my next race, and I've only completed 1 public lobby there, so this will be interesting to say the least. I hope to see everyone back on track again next week for a great race. Thank you for watching, and until next time, cheers.